How's it going? This is Spencer Kim with Foundation Drum Academy, and today we're talking about 3 things I wish I would have known when I first started playing the drums. So if I was to go back in time and I was able to talk to myself as I was first starting to play the drums in 10th grade, which was 23 years ago, I would have a lot to say to myself to prepare myself better for the future. And interestingly enough, I found something at my home that I grew up in recently, and it was a project from 10th grade where I was making a case for why I wanted to pursue music as a career, and I wanted to become a professional drummer, what that might look like, and what I might need to be prepared, and how much money I was gonna make, and all this stuff that the teacher assigned. But if I could go back and help myself with that project and give myself more of a realistic idea of what it was gonna take, here's what I would say. Before we dive in, I want to offer you a free cheat sheet that I created with an explanation video at our website. It's a cheat sheet on how to learn music really quickly. From start to finish, you can learn a song within minutes, and it weeds out all the stuff that's not important, and it focuses on what's most important to get it done quickly. So you can find that at foundationdrum.com/chart and download your free cheat sheet. So the 3 things I wish I would have known if I could go and talk to my beginner drummer self. First one is practice way more. When I was getting serious about playing drums, and even when I knew I wanted to pursue it professionally, I thought to myself, I am gonna practice a lot because I wanna be great at the drums. And so what did I do? I practiced 1 hour per day. That's what I guessed was a good number. I had no reference point for what was a lot or what successful drummers did or didn't do. I just thought an hour a day sounds like a lot. I'll make a lot of progress. And I sure did. I made a lot of progress, relatively speaking. But do you know what? If I were to go back, I would practice 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day when I had the time. I think that as contemporary instrumentalists, speaking of like drums and guitar and bass, I think it's easy to get caught up in the mentality of having somewhat of a lackadaisical approach. And like, I just want to play rock, I want to play in a garage band or whatever. It's like, it's kind of more of a casual approach to the instrument versus more of a classical instrument. Someone learning violin or piano or something like that, it's like it comes with the territory to be really disciplined. And I think as drummers, we could use a little more of that. So I'm not giving you a specific number. I'm just saying if I were to go back, I would try to practice between 2 and 4 hours a day. I was in high school, so availability varies, but whatever you're at, if you're serious about pursuing music as a career, try to beef it up. Try to double your time if you're not practicing more than an hour, and you'll be really happy and you won't regret that you did. All right, second thing I wish I would have known when I first started playing is to get a teacher. I don't know why I didn't get a teacher. I think mostly it didn't cross my mind, but maybe it was the expense. Maybe there were just not many teachers around me. I don't know, but I totally regret it because I lost so much time that I could have had to learn more rapidly. And we got to keep in mind that we're going to pay one way or another with almost anything in life. We're going to pay with our money and our checkbook, or we're going to pay with our time. So, I saved money by not having a teacher, but I paid in the amount of time it took me to learn. So if you want to save your time, which is it's usually more valuable than the money, is get a teacher and you're going to learn more rapidly, and it's going to be worth the money and worth the investment to be ready and further in your drumming sooner so that you can reap the benefits sooner. All right, third thing I wish I would have known when I started is to play with other musicians as much as possible. That especially applies to musicians who are further down the road than you, who have more experience, because from those people you'll glean even more and learn even more rapidly with them. So there's the side of learning that is just like the drummer inside of the drum shed practicing our stuff here on the kit, and that's obviously super important. But something else happens when we're playing with another musician or musicians and we're working together with someone else, we're locking in. There's like the human element where it's not just like learning to lock in with a metronome, which is essentially a robot or a computer, but there's like this push and pull. There's learning how to settle in your time with someone else. There's learning how to kind of communicate non-verbally. There is experimenting on your own drum parts and seeing how those fit into something else that you're hearing, which only goes so far if you're playing along to a recording. And then there's just getting tight and learning good time and just establishing your sense of feel. So as much as you can, play with others. And definitely, as much as you can, you want to play live, because that's the best. Getting that stage experience. It's all the same, plus just learning the stage experience and getting over your nerves or whatever difficulties you might face or fears or whatever. It's just like clocking the time in, getting more time on stage. Okay, so those are the 3 things I wish I would have known, and I'm gonna give you a 4th one as a bonus, and that is learning how to read. I wish I would have learned to read very early on. I think I knew really basic stuff about reading and could figure things out if I really tried from a book. But if you learn how to read, you can teach yourself so much during your practice time. You can get yourself further and faster, kind of like what I was referring to about a teacher, but it's like you're able to teach yourself. Now that doesn't replace needing a teacher, it just enables you to maximize the time you have on your own. And of course, learning to read will serve you greatly in the long run in your professional career. So a question for you, I want to know what you would say to yourself if you were to go back in time and talk to your beginner drummer self when you're first starting. What would you have said? Write it in the comments below, and I want to hear your feedback. So thanks for joining us here at Foundation Drum Academy. Don't forget to download your free cheat sheet at foundationdrum.com/chart to learn how to learn music super quick. That's there for you. And if you got something out of this video, please share it with a friend, like the video, and subscribe. Those are all really appreciated and help the video and our YouTube channel go further. And thanks for visiting us at Foundation Drum Academy. We'll see you on the next one.